Tomorrow is MLK Day, honoring the life and legacy of a civil rights icon. Dr. King famously marched along Woodward Avenue right past the Fox Theater, where the Let Freedom Ring rally will take place tomorrow afternoon. And 6 Detroiters will be honored for their dedication to Dr. King's dream. Reverend Jesse Jackson will be there, along with Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, Mayor Mike Duggan, and Representatives Rashida Tlaib and Debbie Dingell, among others. We spoke to one of the organizers, Chairman John A. Graves, about the caliber and contributions of the people being recognized.
All of them exude the qualities of Dr. King, the love of humanity, the fact that they're willing to give back, to help the least of these, is really what makes them all part of the village.
6 inspiring Detroiters will be honored on MLK Day at the Let Freedom Ring rally at the Fox Theater.
You have to start with faith-based, and we have 2 great theologians in terms of Bishop Charles Ellis, and we have Rabbi Daniel Syme. If there were a march, and we could count on Rabbi Syme. Bishop Ellis has been there from the beginning. And then we have Joanne Watson, Reverend Joanne Watson, who's a senior pastor at Westside Unity Church. So she's done so much in our community. And of course, there's Mama Sue. What she's doing in Highland Park is something that really what heroes are made of. I mean, it is a prerequisite for justice and equality and giving back. And then there's Blake Corum, an All-American, a great young man. Like, he's spending his own NIL money and buying turkeys and passing them out in underserved communities and working with youth in different programs. And finally, there's Kim. Kim, we all love Kim. He's ours. He had concerts. He's given scholarships. He's done so much. And we felt that it was about time that we honored him.
They're being recognized by the Rainbow Push Automotive Project, which was founded by Reverend Jesse Jackson.
We all support his mission, but we protect, defend, and fight for civil rights. In trying to level the playing field, both economically and educationally, and promote peace around the world.
Continuing the good fight of the civil rights movement led by Dr. Martin Luther King.
I mean, Dr. King, when you start thinking about the only individual that's a non-elected official that actually has a holiday, is a testimony of what he has given us and what he continues to give us, even in his death.
Yeah, the legacy certainly lives on. I'm joined by Chairman John A. Graves from the Rainbow Push Automotive Project. And Chairman Graves, let's just start with a huge event tomorrow, bringing folks from across the country.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Priya. Tomorrow is going to be a great day, a day fit for a king, as I often say. Dr. King has meant so much to us in the world, and to celebrate him, even beyond his death, is a great thing, and we're beginning to see many of the fruits bear from his work. So we're just delighted to be a part of that celebration.
And what is the significance, to be in Detroit, to be at the Fox Theater for the Let Freedom Ring rally?
Well, as you know, June 23rd, 1968, Dr. King walked down the street past the Fox Theater on his way to, at that time, Cobo Hall, to give a speech on I Have a Dream, and to come back to the scene of that great day is just, it brings joy. It brings joy.
And let's talk about the event tomorrow at the Fox Theater, 4 p.m. There's still tickets, right?
There are tickets, and they're free. In the tradition of Dr. King, we did not feel it would be right to charge anyone to celebrate his legacy, because he was an individual that was raised and rooted in peace, in love, humility. So we are making that available free. And Olympia Entertainment has been absolutely wonderful in terms of making the venue available really at no cost.
Now, Chairman Graves, I know you're an extremely humble person. You have been fighting the good fight for decades. You were a young boy when you participated in a march that had a significant impact on you. Can you talk about that?
I will briefly.
Okay.
All right. I did participate in Bloody Sunday, March 15th, 1965, when I was in the 10th grade. And that has really shaped my life. It has shaped me both socially and spiritually. To be able to walk with Dr. King and C.T. Vivian and John Lewis and Andy Young. And actually, on that day, Dr. King was not there.
Right.
And he had asked the people in Selma not to march, but they were just tired of taking the abuse of not having the right to vote. So that was a day that shaped me. I remember even now when I smell what do they call it, when they shoot the gas.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it brings back memories of that city. And to see what happened this past week, our prayers go out to Selma. Selma is part of our history. And we certainly hope that the federal government and others will weigh in to bring that city back to where it should be.
Well, thank you for the work that you have been doing for decades. Reverend Jesse Jackson will be here tomorrow as well.
Yes.
So thank you so much. And again, the Let Freedom Rally event Let Freedom Ring rally will be happening at the Fox Theater at 4 p.m. tomorrow. There is the information there on your screen. And again, tickets are free and still available. We will be right back.